And why are we here today is because one of my friends, one of our Minnesota residents, Jawar Mohammad, is now in a prison without any due process rights. Due process rights, something we take for granted in Minnesota, while his wife, a Minnesota citizen, and their son, who, by the way, I was just looking at a picture, Lieutenant Governor Flanagan has a picture with little Oromo a couple of years ago. He is now 5 years old. Somebody who goes to school in Minnesota, somebody who is in Minnesota, somebody is Minnesota. And I think it's time Dad comes home. I think it's time he comes home, and that we have a whole bunch of things we're asking for, and there is a letter, you all probably got a copy of this, that we sent to our members of Congress, and I'll just quickly highlight those, and then I will bring in Tashidi Wako to give us a little bit of thoughts, and then we'll turn it over to Senator Fong-Her, Senator Abler, and Senator Dietzig. But following the unrest in Ethiopia after the assassination of Oromo singer and activist Hachalu Hundessa in June of 2020, there were thousands of Oromos that were arrested, including our Minnesota resident Jawar Mohammad and other Oromo opposition leaders. The Ethiopian government is now preparing to hold elections in June. However, the Oromo political parties are not allowed to participate in the elections and are also facing harassment from the Ethiopian government. What we want is free and fair election, and that requires that opposition parties to freely participate for citizens to safely vote. But here's the thing. Jawar Mohammad, along with others, are on the 24th day now of a hunger strike in a Kalita prison. And they assert that they started this hunger strike because of the worsening political condition and the derailed transition to democracy. And so there's a list of things that we're asking is that the U.S. Embassy in Ethiopia do a wellness visit of Jawar Mohammad and other political prisoners, ensuring that they receive adequate medical attention, that we publicly call for humanitarian attention to the situation, and that these leaders are being denied medical care. And we call for Secretary of State Anthony Blinken to urge Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to address the prisoners' demands. We need to also call for the Ethiopian government to free these political prisoners because they are there without due process rights, something we value in Minnesota. One, Minnesota values that. We demand a credible and independent, transparent investigation of the murder of Hachalu Hundessa and those human rights abuses that are still happening in Oromia. And those individuals need to be held responsible for the gross human rights violations that are happening in Ethiopia through the appropriate mechanisms, including targeting sanctions pursuant to the Global Magistrate Human Rights Accountability Act. In a nutshell, I could go on, but we want Jawar to come back home to Minnesota. The dad is missing, the husband is missing. And with that,